Hey guys, how are y'all? We are starting up. Today we are doing something a little bit different. We are going to be doing a commentary stream. One of our local stores has an RCQ. They allowed us to stream it, so I believe we have 25, 27 people here today.
It's 27. Yeah.
27. So we're going to be having 5 rounds of Swiss with a cut to top 8. So yeah, we're going to be watching some good Magic and having a good time. Let us know if anything looks weird or sounds weird or anything like that. Because we are using some pretty new equipment for this. So, I'm Hargett. This is Josh. We're going to be mostly doing the commentating stuff today. You look weird. Well, shut up. Okay.
I think he looks great.
I need a haircut.
To be honest, Eli Stanner roar. That's just me. But like you said, this is Hargett to my right. I am Josh the intern, and we are here with Southern Magic, Southern MTG, from Birmingham, Alabama. We are here at the great Gear Gaming, located in Hoover, Alabama, and we're ready for some good modern action. We have a lot of different decks, a lot of different varieties, a lot of really solid players here today. So a lot of good content.
And we are about to get started right now. I believe right now we're gonna have two. We actually have 2 feature matches. We're going to be looking at one, and if the other one finishes, we're going to switch over to that one. I believe in the first round, we are going to be having Rhinos versus Merfolk. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up for y'all. While we're doing that, who do you think is going to actually win this one?
So this matchup, from my experience of watching it, it's actually a very close matchup, very player dependent, and it also depends on what you have main board. In this list, I believe there are 4 main board mystical disputes. However, Merfolk does run Cavern of Souls, so it will be player dependent. I think Drew will take it.
One sec. Keep talking real quick and change the names if you'd like.
Ren's Reverie. How's it going, Ren? How's your day going, friend? I do think Merfolk will take this one down, at least in this matchup.
Alright. Sorry, they were just asking me a question real quick. Alright.
What are your thoughts on this round, Hargett? Who do you think will take this one down?
Well, I know one of the players, and I know that they are more experienced than the other. But we'll see what actually happens. Let's make sure that we're on the right camera.
It'll be the other one, because that's...
Yeah.
I need to go to...
Let me cancel... Alright, we're setting up everything real quick. Mouse is acting weird. Alright. Let's go here. This one. Yep. And
there we go.
Alright, so we're going to set up the names real quick. They are about to get started. I feel like it's showing a little bit too much of him, but it's fine. Alright. Yeah, keep on, like I said, it's going to be Merfolk, which is kind of a tribal deck. It plays Merfolk. It's basically the copyright name for mermaids in here. And then... the other person's actually playing my deck.
Yep.
It is called Rhinos. Its goal is to put Rhinos on the field.
Yep. This is going to be... both decks are actually kind of similar in the fact that they're both tempo decks. They both try to get advantages, incremental advantages, and really make the most out of... be as mana efficient as possible on their turn.
Maybe judge. All right, one second.
So, quick judge call here, and see how this resolves. Probably has something with a mulligan. For all I know, they could be joking. Could be messing around. Looks like they're just resolving mulligans, and looks like Drew. Yeah, it looked like they were just shuffling the papers around.
They were asking if they could start.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep, resolving mulligans, and we need life totals. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I'll go ahead and do that real quick. But answer the questions.
All right, so we have a Misty Rainforest passing the turn. Drew with a basic island pass. Had to guess. Anthony will probably just get a Triumph. Yep, you get the Catcher Triumph. Is there anything? Is there any dominating deck in Modern presently? I would say that's there you'd have. I would say Scam is definitely up at the top. You have 4 or 5 color Control. That's really doing really strong right now. The Cascading decks. Overall, is there a really dominant deck? I mean, there's really 2 or 3 really good decks. I'll say that much.
In my personal experience, I think Scam is the best deck right now, but we will see. I mean, I don't play Scam, so we'll see what actually happens.
All right, we're shocking in, which makes me think there's going to be a Shardless Agent on this turn.
Either Shardless Agent or Violent Outburst. Let's see. He does cast a Shardless Agent, which does says Cascade. It's going to Cascade in the deck, which if the deck is built right, which it should be, it's my deck, it should be hitting a card called Crashing Footfalls, which will just take, there it is. So it shows Crashing Footfalls. He's going to look at the pile because that's something that he's allowed to do.
All right, you ready for prediction? Drew's about to spell pierce.
Hope so.
Wabam! Oh no, it's force negation. Not as cool, but
Yeah. What do you think he's targeting?
well, the only legal target actually.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You can't target. It's not Violent Outburst, unfortunately.
Okay, you can just shut me.
I'm gonna shut that one.
Okay, do it. Yep. All right. I am gonna do one thing. Actually, no, it's fine. I noticed the lettering is a little bit off, but other than that, I think we're good.
Okay.
So, but
and it looks like we have a Tide Shaper kicked, and if I had to imagine, it's probably going to target the Ketria Triome.
yep. So what that does is it's going to when it enters the battlefield, if it's kicked, it can make anything an island. So now he is off green, which the deck actually does function a lot off of green. So we'll see what actually happens here.
Both cascading spells.
But I do see in his hand he does have a Besiege You. So, because of that, I don't think he really cares that much. So I do see he has a lot of lands in hand. He does have a Violent Outburst too. So, he's going to combat, hitting for 2.
That's the easy part.
Yep. Hitting for 2 on there. Seeing what to do next here, seeing what they got. He also has a Flame of Anor, which is actually really good.
Shocking in again. Now,
yeah, he doesn't care about his life source.
Doesn't care about the life source. If I had to imagine, this really screams out subtlety to me.
There is I don't know if there is or not, but yeah, I do agree with you.
Just shocking in and passing, that just feels like you either have it's either 2 things, Violent Outburst or subtlety.
Yep.
And that is a Sphalun. That is a very good target for a subtlety.
Yep.
And as you should know, subtlety does get around Cavern of Souls. So although it's uncounterable, that you can still target that with subtlety. And if you have it in hand, I would snap that off.
Yep.
That card is so powerful in this matchup.
So it looks like he's read the card. He's trying to think what to do on here. I believe the card is on the stack, but I'm not positive on that. So
It looks like he's mulling it over.
Yeah. I see a few things in his hand. He's probably debating if he wants to kill the Tide Shaper.
I think he did flash a subtlety. I want to say flash.
Violent Outburst, Flame of Anor, and Besiege You. I don't know what else is there. There is an unknown that I think, okay, he is going to flame in response. Mode is going to be to kill that. I don't know what I think about that. I don't know what I think about that play, but
Well, it is a tempo play.
Yeah.
It's keeping him off balance.
Yeah.
So there is
He's probably keeping it off of the indestructible.
Keeping off being indestructible, that's correct. So if he has Fury, he can Fury away the Sphalun.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's in pretty good shape.
Which he does have Fury in hand. That was the only card that wasn't in hand.
Yep. He needs another red source,
He does need another red source.
No.
Oh, no, because Tide Shaper's gone.
Yeah, Tide Shaper's
so he doesn't
gone,
actually need that. So he's just going to hardcast. Yep.
There we go. Not very, very good sequencing on behalf of Anthony that turn.
He plays the deck better than me, dang it.
Yep.
Oh, Lord. All right. All right. 12 to 13 on here. That's gone. Why did he
got
send
dismembered.
It? Oh, dismembered. Okay.
Got dismembered.
Okay. I should pay more attention.
Makes sense.
I should pay more attention.
So this is actually a really good spot for Rhinos. It appears Drew's getting a little flooded here, and Rhinos, it's in this position where if any Cascader resolves, if Crashing Footballs resolves at any time, it could be very, very strong for Anthony in this spot. Just because Drew doesn't have any threats, Drew's not able to go tit for tat with creatures.
And then you can see that Anthony also has a Dead and Gone in hand and also a Violent Outburst. I don't see Drew's in a tough spot, especially because he hasn't really played that many creatures on there.
Hasn't played that many creatures, and he's caught between a rock and a hard place at the moment.
Yes, he really is. But we'll see. I've seen him get out of situations like this, but I know Anthony's also a very good player on here. So we'll see what happens. we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. That's why we love this game, because it's so unpredictable.
That's true.
Sometimes.
And it is worth pointing out that Drew is running a Spell Pierce in his deck, and the longer we get in this game, obviously the less robust that card is in positions like
Anthony
this.
is now casting Violent Outburst. The only mode that matters is Cascade on here. He flipped over Rhinos because he values our time. Yes.
Shout out to Anthony.
Yeah, shout out to Anthony for that. All right, so he did allow that. Oh,
The wrong token?
that bully.
He had one job.
You want to know how disrespectful this is? Look at this. He's using Gyarados tokens against Drew, who is using a Gyarados playmat to show this is my game.
Asserting dominance in round 1.
Yep.
All right, we have a Merfolk Trickster. It's going to at least tap down.
That's on upkeep, yeah.
It's going to tap down one of the Gyaradoses, I'd imagine.
Yep.
Hello, gents. Good morning, Dragon of Coffee. How are you doing, friend?
Hello. All right, so that is tapped down there. It looks like he drew a. It looks like he has another Shardless Agent in hand.
Another Shard. You see, that's just one of the strongest points about this deck. You know, it's you really run 8 copies of Crashing Footfalls because you have all the Cascaders, and you only need one. Now that is a strong spell. Hex Catcher is nice here.
It is a nice spell.
It's just not good. It's just so out leveraged right now.
It is, and with Anthony having a Dead Gone in hand, I think he just does it in response to kill that thing. But
I agree.
we'll see what actually happens here, because he's got a few spells in hand. I think he's in a good spot.
And my eyes are correct, it appears Drew is hellbent. Drew does not have any cards in hand.
Yeah, I think Drew's been getting flooded out.
Drew's been flooded very hard.
This deck really only wants about 3. It wants an Aether Vial plus 3 lands, and then you pretty much just want to draw action from there. But you're not gonna be around. As soon as I've gotten a text message on my phone, I'm using my life as there.
Yep, there's the Dead Gone.
Is he dead or gone? It looks like he's dead.
I'm gonna imagine dead, and that's a good target. Go ahead and get this interaction out of the way. Now, if I'm Anthony, if he has another Shardless, I'm slamming that bad boy down.
Which we'll see what happens.
I mean, because what are you waiting for?
Yep,
There you are.
Yep,
and I believe we'll see Drew scoop him up here.
I think we're gonna see Drew have the big sad in a second.
Yep. Drew will probably look at the top card of his library and then concede, because there are no outs at this point.
Yep, and there's the
no
Gyarados.
Island Walkers, no clock.
So
that'll do it for game 1.
That'll do it for game 1. All right, they are moving to sideboard. You know, I'm actually going to see if we can actually get the sideboard guides for the match, or the sideboards for these decks, so we can kind of see what we think is going to happen. Sure. So let's go ahead and run. If there's ever downtime, just go ahead and run an ad here, because basically if you run an ad, they're not going to see it.
Okay.
Yeah, basically if they cop in and out for 30 minutes, they're not going to get ads. So, and plus it's just downtime, so I'm going to see what I can do.
All right, so we're excited again, and I am familiar with both of these guys' sideboards. If I had to imagine, Drew's probably going to bring in a lot more Spreading Seas, a lot more tempo cards, probably another Force Negation in this matchup. They'll also probably bring in Kira Great Glass Spinner. And the reason for that being is because Rhinos, even though it's a tempo deck and obviously plays Rhinos, they do have a lot of incremental removal spells. You have Fury, which we saw in Game 1, take down Sphaloon. You have Dead Gone, which can be a nuisance. Kira will really gum up the removal spells and will make it very difficult on the Merfolk side. And then for the Rhino side, if I had to imagine, Anthony's probably just going to board in more Fury. He's probably going to board in. I don't think Blood Moon really matters in this matchup at all. You really just turn off Mutavault. So
he's doing some checks right now, so not this round, but next round we'll have deck lists.
Okay. So we're doing. Going over the sideboard. What I believe Drew will bring in on the Merfolk side. Well, as a Rhinos player, what do you think would be most advantageous for Anthony to bring in?
Well, this is definitely a deck where you need removal, because the biggest thing is the cards and the lords in the deck also provide Island Walk, so you need to get rid of those, because unfortunately, for you to cast pretty much all your spells, you need islands. So, in my personal experience, what I will do is I would bring in 2 Fury, and I would bring in the 2 Mystical Disputes on the side, because everything in the deck is blue besides Aether Vial, and then bring in the subtlety, or not the subtleties, the Furies, so that way you can wipe the field. What I would probably take out on his end is probably the Force Negations. Just because 2-for-1ing in this match feels very bad. It does hit the Aether Vial, but
that's about it.
Yeah, that's about all you get.
That's about it. That's pretty stinky.
Yep. But you're honestly, Merfolk needs to kind of just needs to do the go white strategy to win this game. If they do not, then you're going to see exactly what happened here.
Yep. And I added in the sideboard, if I'd imagine Drew's probably going to bring in another copy of Force Negation.
Yeah.
And Drew's also probably going to bring in Kira Great Glass Spinner.
Yes.
Because Kira Great Glass Spinner is sneakily good in this matchup because you have, because you also have, because as we saw in game one, you have Fury to target this Phalune. You have Dead Gone, and you have Fire Ice, which can also, just out of nowhere, just 2 for 1.
Yep.
So a lot of things to consider, and I think Kira is a sneakily good card.
Yep, I agree. All right, and again, we appreciate everybody for being here right now, hanging out with us. I know we started early. We're going to be here for a little bit. We just appreciate all y'all. We are getting into game 2 right now. We will note that Anthony is up a game. We should probably get like an indicator. Actually, I think I can make one of those real quick. Let's see. Yeah, let me see if I can make one of those.
So for those of you just joining us on this Sunday morning, how's it going so far? Thanks for joining us really this early, 12 of you so far. That's pretty incredible. How's y'all's day going? Any cool things happen this weekend? Any football fans out there have a heart attack like me?
No, you're the only one.
I'm the only one? No, that's fair. But how's y'all's weekend going? Hopefully it's going good. If it's just okay, if it's just middle of the ground, hopefully we'll make it a little bit better today.
All right, we are doing something real quick while they're shuffling up. I'm grabbing an image. Save image as. Sure. Browse. All right, there we go. All right, now we have it.
We're just going to add it on that side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it should be easy on there. Okay. Football. I got D&D happening. Oh, fun. D&D is fun. D&D was actually made by WotC, which is the same people that made this game.
I think they're going to play 2-player solitaire. No, this is... No Dragon of Coffee. This is not Pioneer.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
All right. So we've started the game. Looks like there's been no Gemstone Caverns.
Looks like Drew starts off with a Manamo.
Mm-hmm. Is that what that is? I don't know. His deck is too pretty.
Yeah. Drew probably has the most gorgeous Merfolk deck out of anyone I know.
It's a really nice one. All right. So we're starting with Island Pass. So no Aether Vial start.
We're gonna have
it. That's shocking to start off. So probably suspending a
Rhinos.
Yeah, suspending a Rhinos here. All right, that's fine. So I will say this is on turn 1 is the best time to play this because now what he can do is he can play the stay alive plan. He just stays alive and goes. He just stays alive and then eventually the Rhinos will hit.
Mm-hmm.
But this also gives Drew more of a chance to build his hand and find that counterspell for this. All right, tapping 2 to cast a Master of the Pearl Trident. That's what the name of the card is.
Master
right?
of the Pearl Trident,
okay.
The non-foil variety.
Wow, how could you play a non-foil card? We should call a judge on that.
We should call the cops.
Yeah,
honestly.
we should call the cops. What is that on his?
Pretty sure
What is that on his deck?
This is a state and federal offense, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So this is typically how you'll see Merfolk go. Drew's probably just trying to build up threats, and you start off with Master of the Pearl Trident. That seems to be a juicy threat to kill with like a Dead Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Anthony is not very concerned with that, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, it is important to realize that it itself is a 2/2, and it will not grow with its Merfolk compadres.
Gets him for 2, knocks him down to 15, and casts a Chalice on 0. All right. Now that is something that this deck did bring in. This is something that this deck brings in. I will say in the current iteration of Rhinos, Chalice is actually a lot worse because a lot of them cut their Brazen Bars, a lot of them have cut their Prismari commands and stuff like that. I will say with his list, it does run a 1 of Brazen Bar that can help. So he's debating what to do now and debating basically like if he could...
Yep, he's going to, in response, kill the Master of the Pearl Trident, which I guess... technically doesn't even matter because the Chalice wasn't going to counter that anyways. I guess he's just trying to be proactive with his turn. But Anthony does, if I had to imagine, Anthony probably does bring in a Brazen Bar, or at least keeps in the deck. And you probably consider bringing a Beseiju from the side.
I think right now what he's doing actually is, while fetching here, he was looking to see if he has an answer to that. The thing is, it's not actually that backbreaking, because really you can just go to your plan B, which is to play your subtleties, play your brazen bars.
Play your elementals.
Play your elementals. You turn it into a 3-color elemental deck, which is a lot worse than the 4-color variety, by the way.
That is true.
If you didn't know that.
But you do have Fury and a Prayer.
Yeah,
so.
You do have Fury and a Prayer. All right.
The one thing I will say that could be a nuisance for Anthony is that little Mutavault that Drew has at the top right of his lands.
Yeah.
Rhinos does have a hard time dealing with, especially with a Chalice in play, does have a hard time dealing with Mutavault with no present threats in play. A really hard card to stop.
Yep. All right, so let's see what Drew does. Drew plays their land for the turn. Thinking on here. Now, I really can't see what Drew has in their hand. We can work on that with the camera. We can work on that with our camera. A little bit. All right, cast another Master of the Merfolk. Master of the Pearl Tribe. I can't say
Master of the Pearl Folk.
Look, I can't. It's Sunday. All right. I was at a bachelor party yesterday. I'll tell you about that later.
All right. Anthony draws a Mystical Dispute, which is unfortunate in the face of a Cavern of Souls.
That would have been really. That would have been really nice, like 2 turns ago.
Yeah, that would have been really good against that Chalice.
Yep. But you can see, like, he has enough lands right here, and he has a Fury in hand. So I'm guessing what his game plan is just freaking cast that. It's best 2 of 3.
Best 2 out of 3.
Yep. It is a best 2 out of 3 game, and I do think that Drew is ahead on this match. I do think this is going to go to a game 3. He's going to attempt to cast the Rhinos and hope Drew doesn't catch it. And Drew caught it because they're a better player than I am.
Yep. And the other thing that's worth mentioning is, if I had to guess, Drew probably has a lot of tempo in hand. This is what we didn't get to see in game 1. Drew's probably going to cast a bunch of flash creatures. Probably going to cast a Merfolk Trickster. Probably has mana hard to cast a Force Negation.
He's casting a Shardless.
Casting a Shardless Agent. That is fine. Now let's see if Anthony knows that it is a May ability to cast.
I think he will figure it out. The real thing is seeing.
Oh, you like how they do it upside? They do it the reverse way.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
And
he did pass the Brazen Bar. And you still have game in this. I mean, that's what I love about this deck. Even if you shut off the Rhinos, you still have probably 40, 30 cards that still are really good.
The one card that is, I don't want to say the death knell, but the one card that just really hurts this deck is Teferi Time Rattler.
Yes,
that's the card that, if it resolves,
I hate that card.
You are in trouble.
Much.
You hate that card?
I hate that card.
That's a hot take. I think that card is pleasantly awful.
It is awful. It is one of those words.
Yep.
All right. There are a list of cards that I really don't like, and Teferi is on top. I would love if that card went away.
Yep.
All right, so obviously he did know how Cascade works. It is a May ability, so he just shuffles in the deck, but he needed a creature.
Yep. And unfortunately, Anthony has 2 islands in play, which means this Mutavault is just going to go right through.
Yep.
Yep, and Drew's not, if I had to imagine, Drew has probably nothing but interaction in their hand. They haven't done anything. They just were content to untap and swing for 3. So you got to imagine they're probably going to put lethal in play on this next turn, or basically just counter anything that is remotely impactful on Anthony's side of the board.
For sure.
Now, Anthony does have, I believe Anthony does have Fury in hand.
Anthony does have Fury in hand, so he would be able to take this out. And a lot of Drew's counter magic is for non-creature spells. So we'll see what actually transpires. There we go. I said the word.
Actually, it appears we were wrong. It appears there is no Fury in hand. We see Lord revealed Blood Moon. Did you see that? He did bring in Blood Moon in this matchup.
That will save him a turn if he does it. All right, so I think he's cycling Lorraine revealed here. Yep, getting an island. Probably going for the basic here if I were to guess.
Yep. If you're gonna play Blood Moon, you gotta go with the basic. Gotta help yourself out. Nope, doesn't look like it. It does not go directly into play, so hopefully he does not plan to land this turn.
Oh, that would be freaking incredible.
Although I don't even think it would necessarily matter.
No, I don't think it would matter. Oh, man. Let's see. What am I friend something? Hang on. Alright, let's see. So LP is casting another one. I think that is going to close it up.
Yeah, that's lethal. Like I imagine Drew probably had either a flash spell or another way to get lethal. We're on a game 3.
Yep, we are on the game 3.
Like I said in the opener, very close matchup, very player dependent. And this is where just sideboard intuition, knowing where you're at in the game is really going to matter.
Yep. So with Anthony up a game, well, not Anthony. Anthony is up a game, but let's see. I think I can do the cool thing. Hang on.
Oh, you can do something cool. Chat, whenever anyone says they're about to do something cool, it's usually followed up by something bad.
Oh, always. Almost always, actually.
Rip.
Alright, so let's add the other arrow onto here to show that Drew is up.
We're tied up. Tied up at 2.
Should we make Drew's arrow a little bit bigger?
I guess he's playing the cooler deck, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's whatever.
Now, it is worth mentioning that Rhinos will be on the play in Game 3, and one card that I think of being very strong on the play versus on the draw is Fire Ice.
Yes.
Being able to take them off a turn, take them off curve, and being able to curve out and cast your Shardless Agent, cast your Violent Outburst is so important.
It really is. I don't think this is a play. It might be a play draw dependent game, but I could be wrong there. All right, so the other feature match looks like they are all done. So this will be our only feature match that we're going to be having this round. All right, I made the arrow look a little bit better. I will say in between rounds, we are just going to put it on a BRB screen, mostly because, we'll talk for a little bit, but, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be chilling, doing our cool thing. So, but yeah. So we're going to Game 3 right now between Drew and Anthony. Going up there. Give me 1 second. Sorry, that was the store owner that was coming to talk to us, which, by the way, our store owner is freaking incredible for letting us do this. They are Gear Gaming. If you look them up, they have online stores, so please, if you're looking for cards, buy something because, they told us to say that. They didn't actually.
That's right.
But
We are actually under duress at this moment, and if we don't say that, bad things will happen.
We actually have a gun pointed
so
to our
stop,
head.
Stop what you...
I don't think I can say that, actually.
Yeah,
but we have a water gun pointed to our head at this time.
So whatever you're doing, stop what you're doing. Go on TCG Player / Gear Gaming Birmingham and buy whatever cards you want. Or if you are in the Hoover, Birmingham metro area, come down to Gear Gaming. Not only will they give you good service, good cards, and good company, but more often than not, we'll be here. Because this is one of our main game stores. So come down here, have a blast, and if you're not around here, go on TCG Player and show them a little support.
Yep.
Well, all right, looks like we're resolving our mulligans here.
Yep, let's go ahead and get into a fun Game 3. Let's see what it goes. All right, Anthony gets the first choice of here. Looking at the hand, I can tell that I can't see any card, but he does have the unfortunate gemstone cavern in his hand.
Beautiful.
Dude, that thing only shows up when I'm on the play. Or only on the draw. Or, yeah, only on the play. A lot of the times. They'll both show up on the play. I've had a hand before that is double gemstone, double crashing footfalls, and I go, so today's not my day. Cool, good to know.
Because that card on the play is literally Ash Barrens.
Yes, it is.
It is a worse waste.
Yeah. I don't think... So I do see a Shardless in hand and a gemstone. That is all I see from there. I don't see anything else of note. And then on Drew's side, I don't really see anything there as well. Maybe we should adjust the camera just a little bit, because I feel like we are viewing more of the right side opponents.
Yeah, it's a little tilted. That's an easy fix, though.
Yeah, that's an easy fix.
All right, Dragon Coffee, be safe, and we'll see you in a bit.
Appreciate everybody for being here. Like I said, we're going to be here for... Honestly, there's going to be 5 rounds plus top 8, so there's a good chance we're going to be streaming for about 7 hours.
Yep.
So we are going to be here having a good time. Relaxing, chilling.
While you're chilling, send us money.
No, don't say that. No.
Send us money now, or I'll have to sleep in the yard.
So I see he does have a force negation, and he did have the ice on the top to tap down his island. Yep. That is very good because I did see that he does have a violent outburst actually. So honestly, I think what we do here,
if he goes for it, he could be now. What's important is you see that force negation. Mm-hmm. What he might want to do is pass turn to Drew, cast on his upkeep, cast violent outburst, and if Drew has a response, you force negation and response.
Yep. I think that's exactly what they do, but we'll see what happens here. Okay. So we're playing Misty on here. I think he did just say pass. Yep. He is passing.
And
drawing for the turn. I can't see what's in Drew's hand, but they are playing a Cavern of Souls, most likely on Merfolk. We don't know that, but it could be on anything.
Maybe plays Gaddock Teague.
Yeah, plays Gaddock Teague. Yeah.
Shout out to Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
So it appears Anthony's going to go on instep. It
Yep.
appears Drew just passed turn, and if Drew's going on a line to hard cast Force Negation, it could be, if Drew tries to be more mana efficient and taps out for Force Negation, that could lead to a very awkward resolution of Cascading Footfall. So if Drew is patient and Drew actually tries to cast Spell Pierce instead, this turn will work out a lot better for him.
All right, so here comes the Violent Outburst, going through the flippy flip. Let's see. Okay, didn't waste too much of our time. Only 4 cards on here.
All right.
And then there is a Merfolk. A Hex Catcher.
That gets around Force Negation.
That gets around Force Negation. That is awesome.
No deckless problem.
Wow.
27 people. That doesn't happen.
It's pretty good. We have confirmed that there are 27 people today, which means we are going to be having 5 rounds of Swiss with then a cut to top 8. So, also we do have in the room with us one of our stream people, Grantus Maximus or whatever.
Grantus Mantis.
There we go. I was close, but we are watching. Yeah, we're in the middle of Game 3 right now. Anthony was on the play with Rhinos. All right, but he did have the backup Charlotte's Agent to follow it up, which is exactly what Drew didn't want to see.
That's not what he wants to see. Drew needs to have a Spell Pierce
Drew needs
right
Spell Pierce right
now.
All right, and Anthony needs to learn how to flip a deck.
Yeah, learn how to flip some
Did he bring Force in the
Force
game?
of Vigor in this matchup, that is bold. It has one target. One target.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing, it's a very important target, too.
It's also...
There's Spell Pierce.
Hey!
There's a Spell Pierce.
Yep.
Well, okay, so Force of Vigor, I can see where he's coming from. Merfolk lists traditionally, well, maybe traditionally is not the right word, but have in the past put Chalice of the Void in their sideboards.
That did happen Game 2.
Especially after seeing Chalice of the Void.
There's the
There you
Chalice.
go.
There it is, and there it is.
That's true, and I
the
completely
thing-
forgot because that was in the last game.
It seems that Drew kept a very hateful hand. Like, we've seen a Spell Pierce, we've seen all that. Okay, he does cause Force Negation here, which is right. I do think he has 2 Furies in hand, though. So he is, I think Anthony's in it for the long haul.
Which is not good for Drew, especially with so many Furies.
Yep. So we're playing Aether Vial on
Aether
one.
Vial.
And a Spaloon.
We don't know that. Okay, you're right.
Okay.
So-
and that really helps Drew's chances here because Anthony essentially has to land Fury, take that out right now, or else that Fury's just going to be.
And there we go.
For sure. There's the land. He's tapping all 5. I wonder what he's casting. Oh look, it's a Fury.
Caster's Curse. Caster's Curse.
Casting on there, getting in for 2. I don't. Okay, we have 1 card in hand for Drew.
Yep.
Putting it on 1. Okay, so after this, we're going to adjust the camera because we noticed that we're more tilted this way. So we can't really... We see kind of what Anthony has in hand, but not really what Drew has in hand. So we're going to mess around.
Why does Anthony have a little battle X? Is that on the map?
No,
that's his. It's what you used to remember.
Reminder, yeah.
Go Rhinos. Oinkster the Pig, you will be very happy because things are looking very good for the Rhinos squad this
Rhinos has fought through... what is it? A
Chalice of the Void and 2 counter spells.
2 counter spells. One of them was the creature Hex Catcher, I believe. So we'll see what actually transpires here. Maybe he pulls out. He is going to besiege you, targeting most likely
probably the Vial. Yep.
Yeah. Maybe he really doesn't like Manamo though. You might not know. Maybe he's really scared to untap.
It is a pretty. I like the play. It makes it to where you don't get any free flash shenanigans.
For sure.
No Merfolk trick. I mean, you can still Merfolk Trickster, but it's not free.
Yeah.
So definitely, he's on the aggressive position, and he should be because Drew's low on resources, has a lot of lands, literally no non-land permanents in play, and not even a Mutavault. So I feel like as long as Anthony just applies pressure, he has the backup Fury in hand, he can really just, in a way, just sumo Drew out of this game.
Yeah, he really can. All right. So here comes Drew, draws for the turn. Looking there. In the past, what I've seen of Drew is Drew sometimes gets flooded in these positions, which is just a thing that happens. So, all right, getting a little cam breakup on here, but I think it's fine. All right, there is a Lord of Atlantis and
a Harbinger of
the Tide. So is he going to bounce the? He can choose not to bounce, actually.
That's true, and he may not want to bounce. He may just let it stick because you do not want to bounce a Fury in that spot.
Yeah, you want to bounce that Charth's Agent? It's like, all right, cool, dude. Yeah, I think they were checking to see if it was a May or
Up.
not. And at the end step, he's going to violent out.
Violent
His draws
outburst,
have been
and if this resolves, if I have to guess, if this resolves, that'll be it. Oh,
There's
but we have a spell pierce.
But the thing is, also Anthony has another Fury
Yeah.
in hand. So
This will probably
2 and 2.
This might,
coming for 8.
this is sounding like the
Yep.
nail in the coffin.
And he
He
drew
just
another
drew- he
Fury.
drew-
My goodness.
Mhm. So doing 2 there, 2 there. Drew is picking it up.
And we might see a draw step and a concession.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Plain Supreme
He
Verdict.
showed the Fury because he is a rude gentleman.
Oh, we have a Harbinger. And another Harbinger. That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
All
So
right.
he has
Have a little
Yep.
fight in you.
killed it,
And
and that's the
That's the
game.
concession.
All
There
right.
we go.
All right, what a good game to start us off. Going to a game 3, Merfolk versus Rhinos. Rhinos does take it because turns out having 3 Furies and 3 Cascaders pretty good. All right.
All right, we're gonna go check out the room. We'll
Yeah.
take about say about 5-10 minute break.
Yeah, we're
And,
gonna check
we'll be right
out.
back.
We're gonna go check out the stuff we're going to put on a Be Right Back screen. But stick around. We're gonna be having magic happening here for the next 4 to 5 hours or so.